just testing my microphone. Just had a little bit of a mic problem. So, if you're here from the Dead by Daylight forum, you know what I'm gonna do now. If not, I'm gonna be playing Legion, and for now, I'm just gonna talk about what I think is the best way to play Legion. So, first, let's open up Legion's profile or whatever. Okay. Alright, so, yeah. This is the only perk worth taking with the Legion, honestly. So, let's review. What can the Legion do? The Hammond Hamster. Hello, Mr. Guy from the forums. I'm here to learn how to be a good Legion. Well, this is just my idea of how the Legion should be played. You know, it could not, it might not work. Just keep that in mind. So, Feral Frenzy. Basically, you hit a survivor, you become faster, can vault the pallets, etc. And if you hit survivors while in a Feral Frenzy, they will suffer from the Deep Wound status effect, which is like borrowed time. So if you hit a survivor and they enter the Deep Wound status effect, what happens is that if they don't mend, it's the interaction associated with Deep Wound. If they don't mend within a few seconds, I think it's like 20 seconds tops, they will be put in the dying state. Now, the issue here is that the Legion, in his base state, you know, without using his power, only moves at 110%. Other killers that move at 110% are the Hag and Huntress. Slowest of all, of course, the Nurse. But that's for another time. So, my thinking is... Jesus fucking Christ, 4 toolboxes. My thinking is... if you go and hit a survivor, and then imagine you get lucky and you get another one. The first one is gonna be mending after a few seconds, right? Thing is, mending is only slightly faster than the bleed out timer. So you go back, you hit the first one with Feral Frenzy again, which resets their progress and takes down a chunk of the bleed out timer. Just ready up. If you do this and you just kind of hop around between, of course the other survivor will finish the mend interaction, so that's basically a free escape for the second guy. But the first one, that's the key. The first one will never be able to mend, so in theory, you should be able to keep one injured and get one down just by applying some pressure. Although the timer will never go past 99% while they're mending, the instant they stop, which they'll have to because you're right on their asses, they will go down. And then you still have one injured. So that's kind of my theory of how to play the Legion most effectively. Obviously, I'm gonna get wrecked in this round because they all have toolboxes, gonna gen rush the shit out of me. But you know, That's to be expected. Okay. My mod, who is the guy who gets me your messages, just had to step away for a little bit. So if you have any messages, just hold them for a few minutes until he returns. Right. Seriously? Right, I'm just gonna keep using the power on her. Alright, so chase is ended, she is mending now. So now, go back. Oh no, actually she just went down. Right, that's interesting. So that's a first down. Obviously, I was expecting / hoping to have another survivor nearby. It did not work out in that manner. So, you know, that happened. Someone's breaking hooks as well. Interesting. Oh. I thought it actually showed an aura, you know? That is super disappointing. Yeah, just give me a minute to get this guy. What? I thought I had more time with the power. Apparently not. Alright. Actually, tell you what, I'll read your message after this trial. Sorry. I do kinda need to focus, because I'm getting gen rushed the shit out of. There we go. Okay, that's a crazy lag spike. I saw her on the left, don't worry, I'm not that blind. Right, I forgot the power actually takes quite a while to recharge. Well, I'm not blind, but apparently... I did think she was going to do something she didn't do. Okay, they're gonna rescue that guy, yep, right there. Okay, I should be able to pull this off. That's one guy down. You see, they're all injured at this point. Obviously, they will all mend. But... what the... fucking auto-aim. Just gonna hit that bitch. Come on. Well, I'm not pulling off my go back for the first one thing, but... okay, that guy's dead. Ah, dang it. He got back. I mean, he finished mending. And the gen rush has stopped, for the most part. I'm gonna cut through the building. Seriously? Jesus Christ, and people wonder why killers camp. What the fuck? Okay, what the fuck just happened here? That Claudette just teleported away. She fucking disappeared. I know the bill is over here. There he is. Come on then, Bill. That's a nice notification. I didn't see who it was, but it's nice. Okay, go back here. Reset his progress. Not gonna finish mending now, boy. That's what happens when you choose to stay injured. You see? She's fucking teleporting. I mean, obviously she's not teleporting, but she is, like, super laggy. See? How am I supposed to hit this? Jesus. Is the hook broken? No, it is not. And yes, I know the Meg is right over there. Yeah, the power definitely lasts too little. What? There she is. There we go. Oh, and there's Billy Boy. Breaking hooks. I'm gonna pretend I didn't see him. Yeah, Billy Boy, this works for me. Cause your friend over there? Yeah, she's still gonna die. Okay. Give up. Works for me. Guessing she's on the hatch, so we're going back to the hatch. Hatch was around here, right? I honestly do not remember at all. Yep, there we go. Definitely a Survive with Friends group. Alright, I made some very poor life decisions. Got way too hyped by the lobby music, tossed all my eggs in one basket, spent all my auric cells on the killer and a couple on his cosmetics, and sunk all my blood points into him. So at this point I basically have to main him. I mean, you don't have to, but... but yeah, never put all your eggs in one basket. Sloppy Butcher. So this first game I was not really able to do what I wanted. Let's see, Sloppy Butcher. Wounds inflicted by successful attacks. Yeah, so I'm guessing this also affects the power. Offerings. Deviousness. Yes, more duration, please. Slightly decreases the power gauge depletion on successful attacks. So basically I may still have a little bit of power after I hit them. Eh, whatever. But still, 3 kills, and I'm pretty sure that was 4, or at least 3 Survive with Friends. Hence the hatch escape, which was obvious. I mean, I did let them have it. In retrospect, should have gone for the Meg first, hooked her, and then went back for the Bill. Dude, I swear they told their music people to design the song that would most likely make people impulse buy the DLC. Oh, look, I was headbanging up and down as I bought it. Well, I mean, that is kind of the point. Oh look, Claudettes. And a flashlight. But yeah, that is kind of the point of the game design. All of it, really. It's to make people want to buy it. Can they ready up? Yes, no, maybe. There we go. Coldwind Farm. Awesome. Yep, Coldwind Farm. They put up one tiny shitty offering. Boom. God, I hate the farm. Okay, so... You know corn blindness? Yeah, that's basically a constant for me. I have a very poor sense of orientation. So, all this corn... You know, I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. Honestly, Legion is easily my favorite killer, both in terms of looks and story, but the power, I don't know yet. The power is not as bad as people think, but it could be better than it is now. And therein lies the problem. Like, the power is not made to actually help you catch survivors, or at least put them in the dying state. It's made to help you annoy them. And even that, you know, it kind of fails miserably. I know some of them ran over here. Okay, why is everybody lagging? And it's always the fucking Claudettes, man. Like, why can't the others lag? Come on, really? Okay, let's go back for the Claudette. She's probably finished mending by now. Oh. Where is she? Oh, come on. That's 3 injured survivors. I know it doesn't seem like much. Okay, seems the aura is permanent if you get pallet slammed. That's a bug report right there. What? There was a guy here. I could hear him repair the fucking generator. Something is seriously messed up. Okay, someone was breathing right next to me. I'm not insane, it was right around here. What a surprise. Yeah, I can't see shit with this corn. I was looking for survivors because I was hearing the heartbeat, which was supposed to indicate that there were nearby survivors that were not afflicted by deep wound. Instead, it's just lies. Lies. I could have sworn I saw someone over here. Maybe it was the corn. I mentioned how much I hate the corn, because it's a lot. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if I ended with 0 kills here. That noise is annoying. And I still can't see a goddamn thing through all this corn. Well, I know there was another Claudette here. There we go. Grabbed. Okay, she's wiggling. Let's put her in the basement, assuming I can. I think I've already wasted too much time. Nope. Just enough. Chest is closed. Probably means nobody's down there. Probably. You know, I can see you. Now to go to the basement to protect it. Like I said, the idea here is to spread out your damage, but be sure to keep applying pressure everywhere. But that's also why the Legion's movement speed sucks so much. Because it detracts from that intended aspect of his gameplay. I think I just saw bloodstains. There was definitely something here. Oh well. There we go. another hook. I'm gonna go break that generator now. So yeah, the plan would have worked here, except that I can't see shit among all that corn. Like, if you ever play Survivor against me, just run into the corn, and I'll probably lose you. 9 times out of 10, guaranteed. Okay, no, there was definitely a guy here. General rule of this skill is that you'll either get an easy 4K and feel like a complete badass, or you'll be able to melt the new snow map with all the salt you are dispensing. I'm not salty. God damn it, I'm not salty. Seriously? What a surprise. Go. Let's see. Yeah, that's what I thought. This guy's dead. Okay, that just looks like black switching. And why is that guy's timer maxed out? I hit him quite a while ago. And I hit this one with deep wound. Nope. Oh, this was the one I was chasing. Honestly, it's hard to tell without, you know, the entity spider things when you have the obsession and when you're chasing the obsession. Another perk I feel might be good with the Legion. I know you're gonna say it's not, but bear with me. Excuse me, is Pop Goes the Weasel. I was trying to read your message, but then this happened. And people wonder why killers don't play groups like this. Well, not many people, just the survivors who play like this. Oh, it's regressing. Hard to see the sparks. There we go. Come on, he's not coming for the unhook. He ran through here. He's gonna unhook. Maybe not. So I'm guessing he is just looking for the hatch at this point. I misjudged his movements. I thought he'd left through that door and was circling around the building to save Claudette. Oh, it is here. Just gonna leave it. I don't have the patience for a standoff. Still regressing. This one, however, is not. Bloodhound is probably also good on the Legion. Okay, Steam went down for a sec. For some reason. Okay, that's still regressing. Finally. So salty. Hang on, just gonna keep spamming GG. Hello, Nina. FYI, Steam went down for a bit, and I rely on a mod to send me your messages while I'm playing. So I only saw your message now. I'm doing fine as well. And how are you? Okay, second perk slot. Taking Sloppy Butcher. Add-ons. Wait, does the Cypress not have that caveat that you can only kill a survivor if they've been hooked? Well, doesn't matter. Last night I was in a 30-minute hatch standoff until eventually we started messaging each other over Xbox Live with negotiations, and eventually settled on they would let me farm them with Zap for deviousness points and I would give them hatch. It was quite a civilized affair now that I think about it. Yeah, if they were injured, the second they were sending messages, I would have just put them down for good and then picked them up. You know, just baited them slightly away from... Yeah, not this group again. They were toxic last time, so they can go find another lobby. This is one of the rare instances where you'll see me dodge a group, or anyone, really. Those guys prove that they don't deserve a lobby. As far as hatch standoffs go, I honestly lost the patience for them. Let the last survivor have his free escape, and yes, it is fucking free. Or at least it has the potential to be free. The one survivor who gets the hatch doesn't actually have to do anything to get it. It's there. That's it. So, let them have it, I don't give a shit. Let them pat themselves on the back and think they're hot shit. Because the other guys did 2 generators. Now, they reached out for peace, and I needed them deviousness points, lol. 2 BPs were played, and neither of us wanted to risk getting no points. I assume that's like the Bloody Party streamers, or whatever the fuck those are, that give 100% blood points for everyone. I wish I could show you the new map. I streamed the PTV, but only for a few minutes, then I got bored. And we have our very first decisive strike. Back to the David, I think that's the survivor's name. Yep, and we lost him. Don't know where he is. Literally no clue. The fuck just happened? She was right in front of me. Okay, fully regressed. Honestly, you should get points for fully regressing a generator. That's not easy. There was a guy right here. Okay? I saw him. So how the fuck did he get away without leaving scratch marks, obviously, because I can't see them while frenzied, but I mean, he disappeared off the face of the earth. Which is bullshit. Whatever. There we go. The other guys, yep, mended. I see you on the forums all the time, and I just found out you streamed today. Yeah, that's the problem with non-advertising. I hate ads with a passion. So I avoid them as much as possible. Even when it comes to my own stream. The fuck? Where'd she go? Oh, I know. Come on. I mean, that was kind of obvious. Goodbye. Really? All that time she had to reach stage 2? Jesus fucking Christ. Obviously that would be the next generator to be completed. I'm gonna read your message about who you think the HVR has hired. There we go. Come on, decisive strike me. Just gonna spin around real quick. I hear that distracts them. Nope, doesn't work. They lied to me. They said that spinning around worked. Right, there is no way to vault from here to there. Great. Yeah, they already opened the exit, which this guy knows because of Survive with Friends. What now? Body blocking?
Yeah.
I should probably chase him out. Now put this guy on the hook. They rescue the other one. Yep. And he still isn't leaving. Just fucking leave, Jesus Christ, how hard is it? And the other guy is already here. Like, there were scratch marks on those boxes over there inside the building. See? Right there. Okay. I'm going to the basement now. That guy can leave whenever he wishes. At this point, I'm convinced Behavior has hired a team of tiny goblins to hide the ruined totems, and depending on what mood the goblins are in, they either hide your totem in the world's largest labyrinth, or they just plop your totem in the middle of the map next to a gen. I mean, it's not impossible, but yeah, that probably did happen. What a surprise, the first game where someone actually says GG. Oh no wait, there was another one, never mind. Still, first game with no salt. Never sleep pills. Highly caffeinated tablets to make you extra sharp for exams or training activities. Let's take the Cypress Memento Mori. It usually puts the fear of God into survivors. Just a secret offering, you know. I probably won't get any use out of it, but you never know. Alright, so it is 11:30 p.m. and the stream is going to end at midnight, as it says on the YouTube description, due to real-life constraints. I'm mentioning this because some, or perhaps most of you, are watching on Twitch. Come on. Come on. One more. This guy is not gonna have a good time. 200 milliseconds. He's fucked. On, one more. Finally. Pretty sure these are 4 randoms. I don't know, I didn't check. Let me do a quick check. Nope, 2 of them are in a group. Yep. So, 2 of them are actually in a group. Oh, and one of them is actually in my country, but for some reason his ping... Oh no, this was the guy with the normal ping, green ping. swamp. This is marginally better than the corn. Honestly, this map is amazing as Huntress. At least in my experience. Come on. Really? Do you hear, like, music? I don't mean the normal background music. It's slightly different for some reason. But I'm gonna guess the survivor has been scared off enough. Come on. This guy is one of the people in the group. There we go. 2 generators already. Although it was my fault, I spent a lot of time on the boat. Okay, let's go back and break that pallet. He dropped 2 pallets. One was there, which I broke. The other one was here. His friend is gonna rescue him, I think. Yep, just did. I don't know what to say here. Ah, there we go. And accidentally double-clicked mouse 2. Goddamn twitchy fingers. And no, that is not a pun. This is why killers camp. If you leave an area where you know survivors are just dying to get to, they will simply go back. Okay, either I have a horrible sense of orientation. Yep, I do, because apparently I turned around too far. There she is. See this generator, for example? I keep breaking it, and they just keep coming back to it. The fuck? I saw scratch marks. Weird. Yeah, remember when I said this map was marginally better than the corn? Yeah, apparently that's just not good enough. Alright, another generator over there. She didn't finish repairing it in my face, as they often do. Yeah, they're upstairs. Well, one of them is. What to do here? Seriously? How does that even make any sense? But yeah, you see what I mean, right? Killer is here, she is like a meter away, but she doesn't fear him. That's how you know the killer is pathetically weak. Yeah, this is gonna be a 0 kill game. I mean, at this point, no matter what I do, I lose, because if I leave this generator, the Meg, who is still vulturing around, is going to finish it. If I don't leave it, they're gonna finish that one, which they're probably done with already. Observe. See? And now, obviously, I'm gonna camp this guy, and they're all gonna come around like vultures. Oh, they were healing each other. Yep, and they're already running here. Oh, one of them actually left. And the Survivor Friends group is still around. Okay. I'm guessing he had deliverance. Dude, you're not doing yourself any favors. See? Over there. Works for me. Someone's gonna die either way. Really? Well, again, no matter what I do, I lose, because if I go, she's gonna tell her her teammate that I'm leaving, so the other guy will leave the trial to the exit gate, and her friend will come and rescue her. If I stay, the other guy, her friend is gonna heal the other guy, just finished, and the other guy is still gonna leave. This is why I need no one escapes death. Would have been awesome. See? They're coming already. Yep, there's the other one. Okay then. Oh, this guy's gonna die. Sucks to be you. Maybe next time, don't trade places on the hook. They turned a 0-kill game into what was almost a 2-kill game. Unfortunately, the hit cooldown seems to be higher than I expected. Or that would have been 2-kill at least. And at that point, I should have probably used the Cypress. Totally forgot that I even had it, which is a problem. With Cypress Memento Mori. Really, any Memento Mori. Monster Shrine. Seriously. Jesus fucking Christ. There is no perk in existence that is as bad as Monster Shrine. Alright, let's see. Instead of Mad Grit, I'm gonna take a Nurse's Calling, maybe? Or Discordance? Discordance might be good. Let's use these add-ons. I don't usually use add-ons. I prefer Killer's Au Naturel. You know, except for the perks, obviously. Now, my strategy to hit them and then go back, reset the mend cooldown, the mend progress, etc., is not working, and the fault lies with me, I believe, which is that I have a hard time keeping track of survivors on certain maps. Specifically, as you saw, Corn and Swamp. So obviously I'm gonna have to get perks to compensate for that. Wow, seriously? The other Legion killers are not available for free? Well, for free. For buying the killer. That is actually a dick move. Anyway, because I didn't save up on blood points as people often do, I don't, because I think it kind of takes the fun out of the game, you know. I won't be able to get those tracking perks for some time. I mean, for some reason the entity thinks it's fit to give me monstrous fucking shrine. 6% faster entity progress. Wow, so instead of 120 seconds, it'll take... Well, I don't know, actually, I don't... I can't do the math just offhand. Let me pull out a calculator, aka mobile phone, smartphone, specifically. So it's 120 seconds, right? And it's 6% on tier 2, right? Yes. So instead of 120 seconds, it will be about 113 seconds. So that's a whole 7 seconds. I mean, seriously, what the hell, man? Even if it's 15% on tier 3, that's... Well, that would save 20 seconds, which is still absurdly small. I know, it's, you know, hook timer, can't be tinkered too much. Okay, the lobby seems bugged. You know, it can be tinkered around too much, but come on. 7 fucking seconds. That's about the duration of... Actually, that's about half the duration of, I think, the Spirit's Phase Walk? Or Spirit Walk, or Haunting, or whatever the fuck it's called. Let's see. Haunting, yeah. Well, either the lobbies are bugged, or the survivors aren't coming. It's 10 to midnight. Like I said, I have to end this at midnight. So unless survivors come within the next 2 minutes, I'm turning this off, ending the stream. Actually, not even 2 minutes, I'm giving them 1 minute. Okay, a friend of mine is correcting, says Phase Walk. You know, about Rin's power. Anyway, I think my Legion, to reiterate, I think my Legion experiment failed because I don't have good enough tracking perks to compensate for my bad sense of orientation. I do believe that it is an efficient way to play the Legion. You know, you just kind of spread the damage around, then go back to the first guy when he's almost done mending, which is when his bar is almost empty, and then you down him right away with your power. Okay, that's 2. Oh, they actually did show up in 60 seconds. There's no way this guy is sticking around. Hell, there's no way I'm sticking around for this. Okay. 100, I suppose, is acceptable. Why did they leave? Get this guy ready up. Hello. Finally. Okay, last round, then I'm just gonna reiterate all my thoughts on the Legion, Deep Wound, Mend, all that crap. Should have used the BP offering, now that I think about it. Oh well. To Ham and Hamster, well, it's been fun hanging with you, man. Thank you. The Legion is more or less amusing, I suppose, but the fact that he is very bad at actually finishing the job is frustrating, and overall just overshadows everything else about him. About them, I should say. Yeah, I see the guy over there. I want him to think I don't. But I see you. Hi! Oh, there's another one. Seriously? Okay, that was just stupid. How did I lose track of her? Never mind, he finished mending. Should have gone back for him immediately. Ah, he's right here. So, not all is lost. Now we go to Nia. Nope, she finished as well. Yeah, mending is gonna need to take longer if the Legion is ever going to be any tier that isn't absolute garbage. Yes, I know, I am so sorry. I know, look, this will make you feel better. Okay, it will make me feel better. Wow. Oh, and he was using the breakdown perk. Okay, they ran over there. See him in the distance. My nose is itchy. Nope. I did see him run over here. I wanted to make sure that nobody went into the basement while I wasn't looking. You'll see why I'm using Feral Frenzy in a moment. That's why. Now we go back to the detective. There he is. See? It can work. Just needs a little practice. like I said, this is a work in progress. It's a strategy that I came up with after much thought about the Legion. So it may need some improvement. At the moment, it's the best I could come up with. Doesn't make it perfect, just makes it the best I could come up with. Yeah, they went over there, probably behind the trees or something. Ah, whatever. Bloodhound? Oh no, I have Sloppy Butcher. Right. Completely different. Yes, I did see her. I just wanted to reset her men in progress. Okay, this pallet has been broken. I was on my way to break this one. Go. You know, the Legion sometimes feels like a nerfed version of Leatherface, the cannibal. Think about it. The cannibal can hit multiple survivors when they're close together, but they need to be super close together. On the other hand, he puts them in the dying state immediately. No fuss, no muss. The Legion can hit multiple survivors as well with a single use of his power, but only if they're super far apart, and does not put them in the dying state. So, you know, it's two sides of the same shitty coin. Hello. Okay, there. She's going there to mend. There you are. Now observe. Never mind. Forgot that chase conditions don't... I forgot that chases don't end immediately after you break the chase conditions. I can vault. Did you forget that? Let's break this, wait for the rescue. Nope. Oh dear, I wonder where Claudette is. Yes indeed, I truly wonder. No chase conditions, but I can still do this. Oh, never mind. He went down by himself. We're swimming. Hook. Hook, 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 hook. Tasty. Black guy dies first. That's a horror movie trope, so gotta respect it in DVD. It was by chance, by the way. What is someone doing over there? So did someone drop the pallet? Or did they go into the basement? Probably just the pallet. Or did they go in here? Nope. I mean, I knew it was most likely not, but I had to check. Get mangled. Okay, to the basement you go! It's a place of fun and murder. At least half of those things are right. Well, technically none. I mean, it is sacrifice. So it's kind of like ritualistic murder. Okay. Okay, last guy is a Claudette. Oh, he DC'd. Wow. What a pussy. Okay, so remember how in the previous trial I said I heard someone breathing? I just realized that someone was actually the Legion themselves. Himself, I suppose, since I'm playing as Frank or whatever the fuck his name is. And this is my first 4K with the Legion. And yes, fuck the disconnector. That's a kill. Because if you disconnect, I win. Not you. On the hatch. No surprise, it's the rank 12 guy. The higher you go, the saltier people get. Okay, Devour Hope. Devour Hope could be a good perk on the Legion. I'll explain why. So picture this. You had a survivor, right? Okay, let me just check the offering. I'm just gonna set up everything for the next stream. So picture this. You take Sloppy Butcher. You take Thanatophobia. You take Devour Hope. Sloppy Butcher, Thanatophobia, Devour Hope. Okay, that's 3 out of 4. So, what happens? When you take Devour Hope, obviously, if the perk gets found in the first 30 seconds, you're just fucked. But if it doesn't, Thanatophobia will only work if the survivors actually try to fully heal. So far, some have not, some have. I'd say offhand it's like 50-50. But still, as I was saying, so you take Devour Hope, right? And they're so busy mending and rescuing each other off the hook, assuming you get hooks. Obviously, you will need to figure that out. That you can stack up on Devour Hope tokens. Not sure what Devour Hope does at tier 3. I don't have it on tier 3 on any single killer that I can remember. Let's see. Nope, still just 2. So I have no idea what it does on tier 3. Anyways, as I was saying, eventually you just get double damage on your M1. So survivors get cocky because they think, oh no, nobody needs to use Feral Frenzy to hit me, so even if I'm injured, it makes no difference. But that's where they're wrong, because then you're gonna have double damage. And then they're gonna start taking you seriously. And then they're gonna have to make a choice. They're either going to have to fully heal, or rather, sorry, they're gonna have to find the totem, or not mend, because they're not gonna have a choice. That is, in theory. So, the Legion, my assessment. I'm still convinced that the way I described earlier is going to be the best way to play the Legion. This perk, Discordance, is actually very useful. A lot more useful than I give it credit for. And I'll explain why. If... just a sec. Alright. So, if you're playing a killer like the Legion, or if you're playing just a late game build, chances are you are going to have 2 or more survivors working on the same generator. Just because, you know, they're alive, they're not going to have much of a choice. So this perk is actually very good for that. And if you combine it with Pop Goes the Weasel, you know, it's really good to know which generators are most advanced, more or less, you know. Obviously, it's not going to be perfect. Just because 2 survivors are working on it at that moment doesn't mean the rest aren't already almost fully repaired. Moving on. I still think my method of playing is going to be the most efficient, but it will probably require some add-ons. And as I mentioned, at least for myself personally, some perks. Instead of Sloppy Butcher, maybe I will take Bloodhound. Yeah, but Bloodhound doesn't cause the mangled status effect. If survivors are not fully healing against the Legion, then obviously Sloppy Butcher is out. And you're going to bring something like... I don't know. Oh, the perks I have right now, they're all garbage, so let's check a killer with whom I have more perks. Sorry, just typing up some messages on Steam. Alright, here we go. The Wraith. For the Legion, you're gonna want Distressing. Actually, not Distressing. Monitor and Abuse. Or both. I don't know. No Predator, because it doesn't do anything. Bloodhound. Sure. Well, Bitter Murmur is also could also work. The Legion, at least at the moment, is going to be a late game killer just because his power sucks at putting survivors in the dying states, so this is my perk recommendation. Monitor and Abuse, Bitter Murmur, No One Escapes Death, that's a big one. And yes, I know M2 does not actually work with No One Escapes Death, but trust me, okay, survivors will get super cocky, they'll get a few hits in, 1 at least. That's usually all you get with No One Escapes Death. Or actually, instead of No One Escapes Death, Fire Up. Basically, what you want to do with the Legion is just make it a late game build. Because survivors are not going to be healing. They're going to be mending, which is not affected by healing perks, so it's not affected by mangled. I took this because half the survivors were healing and half were not. And again, just to conclude, the way I think that the Legion should be played is hit 1 survivor with the ability, of course. So you hit 1 survivor, you go find another one, hit them, then you go back to the first one, and then you hit that guy as well. And you should be able to down the first guy if you do that. Of course, it requires that you know where the first guy is. So that's where the skill lies. Personally, as I mentioned, I have a poor sense of orientation, so it's gonna actually require a lot of work on my part. But I do think that is going to be the most efficient way to play the Legion. Obviously, if you can get like 2 additional hits, besides the first one, that's also good. If you can't get any, just hit the first guy twice, and then break the chase for just a few seconds, search the search the area for any other survivors, and then go back to him. Remember, when you hit them with Feral Frenzy, while they are already afflicted by Deep Wound, their mend progress bar is reset. So if they were at, say, 50%, you hit them with Feral Frenzy, sure, you get a stun, but their mend bar goes down to 0. That's good for you. All in all, the Legion is better than people think, but not that great. He just really can't down survivors all that well. I think the changes need to go to Deep Wound, so specifically the way I would do it is that the Deep Wound timer would only stop at 99% if it was another survivor mending you. I don't think that a survivor mending themselves should be able to stave off the timer. You could increase the timer to compensate, of course, or just make the action... No, increase the timer, that's better. Don't make the action faster, actually make it slower, add like 5 seconds. So yeah, add 5 seconds to it, and make it so it doesn't stop unless another survivor is healing you. But, of course, it only stops at 99%. And the reason for this is so that the Legion, or no killer really, knows if you are mending or not. Because the whole thing about the Legion is that he benefits when multiple survivors are together, but his power doesn't actually force them to be together. So the devs really do need to change that. Well, I have gone way over the time. My mod is already complaining. But I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you will watch again on Thursday. So that is 2 days from now, where I will once again try to get good with the Legion. Thanks for watching, and I will see you Thursday. Thank you, the Ham and Hamster. See ya.